Despite the push for body positivity, the expectation that your body will bounce back after pregnancy still exists.
Dr. Natalie Gentile, the founder of Direct Care Physicians of Pittsburgh, joins us now to talk about the pressures of trying to return to your pre-baby body. Talk about pressure. I'm living it right now.
About this.
No, not at all.
Well, I was thinking about the word bounce and how it's this mentality of like very quickly happening. And I'm thinking, my kids are 5 and 7 this year, so I've been like a slow-mo video.
Yeah.
Kind of bounce very slowly. It's just not realistic.
It's so hard. You know, and it's funny because I think every body is different in the way that we respond to the hormonal changes that are happening after we have a baby and during, especially like if you're breastfeeding. For me, I was nursing and lost the weight immediately, and then it came back after I finished. So even then you thought like, oh, the weight's gone, look at that. Boom, back.
Your body's never going to be the same again.
Right.
It could even be better than you ever expected, but the point being, it's never going to be the same, right? What your body goes through after having a child is astronomically different than what you've ever experienced before.
Yeah, and that, I think that was, it wasn't the weight necessarily for me. It was just the changes and like staring in the mirror and seeing things that were in one place 6 months ago. They're not in the same place.
Yeah, we've had kind of a tectonic plate shift there.
All right, and you say take care of this body in this moment. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so all we have right now is our body in this moment. And it's this mentality of body neutrality that I think we can shift towards. So you mentioned body positivity, Heather. We don't even need to go positive, right? But just neutrality. I have this body today. I'm going to remain present with what it can and cannot do today and appreciate it for what it is. And then you can start to shift toward positivity, maybe even by thinking of what it did. Wow, what your body has done and what it continues to do, feeling gratitude for that, I think is a really nice mental shift that we can start working on to really appreciate ourselves.
I'm so glad that you brought this up because it will always stay with me. It was just a passing conversation, but it was so meaningful at the same time. One of our old producers for PTL said, wasn't it so great? I was able to go for a hike this weekend and I just realized my body allowed me to do that. And I thought, oh my gosh, like way to think about perspective, that just being able to take a walk down the street, that your legs were able to get you from point A to point B, whatever you're doing, you can be appreciative of that in that moment.
Sure, and your body was able to carry a child.
Huge.
Drop the mic, you know?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, and I also think it's about not putting so much pressure on yourself. Like I was thinking like, all right, after I have this baby, I'm gonna get back out on that trail and get in that 2-mile hike. No, that's not the case. Because a lot of people were saying, oh, you know what, you lost a lot of weight, but internally, I was not feeling that great. There were a lot of things that were still hurting.
Oh,
to say the least, yeah.
And it's even more than body and the way the body looks, the mentality of how do we get back to work, back to our previous functioning, the way our brains work, our mental health, all of that is what this bounce back culture really pushes for, and it's not realistic.
Well, and this is culture because it's not, we internalize it, but it's really everybody around us who commenting, you look great. Oh my gosh, you lost all of your weight. Look at you, way to go. So we have these comments that come after we have a baby or don't. And so we feel this pressure to live up to some sort of standard.
Yeah, and I mean, if you watch me rant on Instagram, a lot of times it's like, you don't need to comment, right? Like we don't need to make anybody's bodies feel and look a certain way with our commentary. Just be present, be kind and gentle toward others because are people going to comment you if you didn't lose the weight?
Right. Exactly.
It's,
exactly.
Yeah, and I hear the terms body positivity and body neutrality. What are the differences?
So body positivity is this hyped up, like, I love my body, I love everything about it, I don't want anything to change, It does not have to be there. Just being neutral, again, of I support my body where it is, I appreciate it where it is. You are allowed to want your body to change. Absolutely. You have weight loss goals, you have body composition goals, you have goals around your mental health shifting. Absolutely okay. But a neutral approach to understanding you are still valuable, you are still worthy, whether those goals are met or not.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of goals, talk to your doctor, stick with routines, you say, all of those things are really important.
Those things are always important. The routine, the consistency, staying on top of your health and your mental health, those things never change.
Mental health, key.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Really great stuff. Yes. If you want to learn more about Direct Care Physicians of Pittsburgh or Rebel Wellness, we're going to have a link on our website at kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.
Still to come on the show, celebrate the summer with the perfect playlist. After the break, find out what songs are playing on repeat this season.
We got to get to